Hello boys, welcome back to another video. Today we got something new on the channel we're going to try out. So if you haven't watched the last couple videos, or at least the boat video, if you've seen where I built the mud motor, the tilt and trim, all that stuff with the mud boat, that's what I used for duck hunting. Well, I got rid of it. I got rid of it because it just wasn't big enough for all the people I go hunting with. And so I had planned on getting something bigger, but stuff changed a little bit, and we went with something a whole lot smaller than that, actually. So we kind of did a 360 because I just realized 90% of the time I solo duck hunt anyway, and I have a couple buddies who already has one of these. So if I do go with them, we can just join up. But if I want to go on a bigger duck hunt, I'll just tag along with someone else, because maybe in the future I might get another duck boat or something. But what we have here today is the Ascend H12 kayak. This thing is stinking sweet. This is literally, I'm here at the lake if you can't tell. This is going to be the maiden voyage for me. I bought this used off Marketplace for a really, really good deal. But this is the first time I'm taking it out, and before I've ever even taken it out, I'm already in love with it. This thing is absolutely huge compared to what it looks like in video and photo. And all I've done is just sit on this thing. That's it. Everything. I haven't done anything to it yet. I just got it a few days ago. This is literally the first time I'm taking it out. So y'all are gonna come along with me and see how I like it. I've watched a lot of videos on this and a lot of reviews before buying it, but this is basically what I got solely for duck hunting. I may fish out of it, but if I'm going to kayak fish, I'm probably just going to, if I enjoy it, I'm probably just going to go all out and get a strictly fishing kayak. But obviously, if you know anything about these Ascend kayaks, they're made by Cabela's Bass Pro, and so with that being said, that means the Northern Flight layout blinds or kayak blinds are made specifically for this kayak. Is the huge reason I got it. But the thing is, them Northern Flight kayak blinds right now are really, really hard to find unless you can find someone on Marketplace that has one. But all the stores around me are sold out. I think you might be able to order them, but there's no telling how long it'll take for them to come in. Anyways, let's just go ahead and check this cow real quick, and then we're going to take her out in the water and just send it and see how she does. I don't have any hunting gear with me. I don't have any fishing gear with me. This is literally just me taking it out, getting comfortable with it, and I'll just show you real quick. All right, so this is the Ascend H12. You can see, I mean, obviously, just right off the bat, things I love about this, it's got the two huge compartments, one in the front, one in the back. Now, you can take this off. This is like netted material. I went ahead, only thing I've done to it is put a crate inside for stuff. It came with this Magellan Outdoors paddle from Academy. So, I mean, hopefully, like I said, this is the first time taking it out. So, hopefully, you know, I'll be able to get the hang of it really quick. One thing I love about this is the seat. If you've been in just a regular basic kayak, don't even compare, because this seat right here is top tier when it comes to kayak seats. I would literally take this out. If it had long legs, I would take this out every single time I go camping or anything like that and use it as a camping chair. And when I'm on the bank, that's what I'll do, because it obviously very easily just folds over and just pops out. You have these rails where you can literally, it's not even in there, you can literally move it to any position you want, front or back. It's got this huge pouch on the back of the seat. Two huge pouches right here. It's got these adjustable footrests, and then it's got this huge compartment up here. Now, one thing I'm thinking about doing is putting a latch on this, like maybe two hinges and two hinges up here, and a little latch, because this isn't really secure. And the first time I brought it home, this started to slide out, so I had to just pull over and completely take it out. But it's just held in by these little bungee things. But I'm thinking about doing a little mod and putting like a locked latch type deal, and maybe some hinges up here so I can just lift it up, unless I just decide to completely take it out, which may be the case when hunting season comes around, because this is probably where I'll put all the decoys, unless I decide to put them in the back. But I do want to mention one thing. I've seen a lot of people do this, so one thing I'm going to do, especially using it for duck hunting. So I'll obviously be getting in the water, you know, probably 2, 3, 4 o'clock in the morning, in the middle of the night, trying to get to the spot. So I'm going to be putting some light pods up here up front, and then obviously just wiring it to a little, probably just a basic little 12-volt battery. But I'm also going to have a little switch panel to the side here that runs those light pods, as well as navigation lights up front, just 2 little ones, just basic, simple stuff, nothing crazy. And then I'll probably have some interior lights just so that I can see, so I don't have to always, you know, worry about my headlamp and all that stuff. Obviously, I'm going to bring my headlamp, but it's got these 2 nice rod holders in the back for if you do want to use it for fishing. Obviously, this is a hybrid kayak, which is what H12 stands for, 12-foot long. Sit in kayak instead of sit on top. Then, however, I have seen some mods where you can take this seat and just kind of run a bar or however it is you want to support it across the top, and then you can use it to sit on top. I'm not going to do that. But for me, like I said, this thing is huge. It's got a capacity, if you can see right here, of 450 pounds. So, I mean, it can hold a lot. It comes with these carabiners at the bottom with some string. I don't know if you can see those. For any kind of storage, if you want to tie stuff down, your paddle, just whatever. I think it comes with some in the back as well. That happened on the way here, so I'll have to screw that back in. But yeah, I mean, I just love how roomy it is and how comfortable it is. We're just gonna throw it in the water and send it, and we're just gonna see if we can get comfortable with it. It's got nice rails that you can throw paddle holders on, phone mounts, GoPro mounts, rod holders. I mean, you name it. It's built for this. So I'm gonna just get out and get used to it, and we're just gonna go from there. And I'll come back later and tell you maybe some mods I might do to it. Nothing crazy because I'm just using it for duck hunting. But let's throw it in the water, and we'll see. All right. Well, we're in here. We're floating, so we know it works. Now, one thing I noticed right off the bat is if you have any experience in like a basic kayak, one with round curves or round edges, one thing I noticed off the bat is unless you, I don't know if a longer paddle would work for this. This is a pretty decently long paddle, but I'm not sure if that would help using a longer paddle. But right off the bat, since these, you got this nice square edge, this big wide body here. One thing I noticed is you have to kind of angle the paddle a lot further down than you would on a regular kayak. So with that being said, since you have to angle this down so much, the top of the paddle is basically sitting right over top of you. So just me thinking, you know, using it for duck season, you know, typically it's going to be like right now it's about 65 degrees and sunny, so it feels really good outside. But during duck season, it's going to be you know, 20 degrees or less. And you know, so if you're just wearing regular clothes and not waders or waterproof gloves and stuff like that, this is just going to drip up here on top of you every time you bring it over your body. So that's just something to think about if you're kind of have an idea of using this. I don't think it's going to be too much of an issue because I mean, I typically wear waders and waterproof stuff and things like that. And plus, I do think about in the future possibly putting a trolling motor on it, just so to save me from having to paddle if I go longer distances. But that's just one thing to think about. The footrests on these things are wide stock out of the box. I'm sure they have aftermarket ones if you want them wider. I mean, so far, I mean, it's super comfortable. It feels as sturdy as I need it to be. I feel like I can stand up in it if I need to, and you know, throw decoys out or even stand up to fish out of it. I mean, obviously I don't have a fishing rod with me, so I can't try it out. But I mean, I can shake it, and I'm shaking the crap out of it, and it doesn't feel like it's gonna tip, which I guess is a good thing on is another reason, I mean, on why it has a, you know, that wider body at the bottom. Obviously you can see it has a tunnel hole. Probably for that reason, it's kind of like two wide pontoons on each side. If you don't like that, I mean, obviously this wouldn't be for you, but I mean, I don't see any issue out of it yet. Actually take these things back a little bit. I mean, it's super, for how big it is, how wide it is, and how long it is, it's really not a crazy heavy either. I mean, it's taken me nothing to have to paddle it. I mean, I'm not forcing it. I'm not struggling to paddle it or push it. And I'm not on a river either, well, where I'm just floating, you know, downstream and going with the flow. I'm on a lake, a pretty big lake. And so, I mean, I'm literally barely having to put any pressure on the paddle for this thing to do a good amount of moving. And so it's not something that I know is gonna wear me out. And like from right here where I'm sitting, if I put in right here, there's a public duck blind that I hunt out of really often that's a 1.5 miles away. And on my John boat or on my mud boat, you know, I could just putter over there and it would feel like it wasn't terribly long. But 1.5 miles on a kayak, I mean, if you're just straight paddling to get there instead of, you know, stopping to fish and doing other things, I mean, that's a good decent little paddle. And so a good decent little trip. And so, I mean, I can see it from here. It's straight away 1.5 miles. I can barely see the blind if I have binoculars. And I feel like I can easily just paddle over there, and even if I needed to, there's one other put in that cove over there, another launch. There's not a boat ramp there, but I can launch it there. And then I'm sure there's one on further down somewhere. There's like a park, but I would probably have to haul the kayak by hand a little further. Right here, I can easily just drop it in, park my truck, and paddle over there without an issue. I mean, but yeah, so far, I mean, I love the thing. I don't have any issue with it at all. It's obviously, I'll show you later, it's got a drain plug in the back for if you get any kind of water in it or fill it up. We can paddle on over to this cove right here, see. Oh. All right, I'm not gonna lie. This, we're a good ways from where we put in now. This stuff over here, these little points over here, down trees and stuff, has got me itching to throw a line in. Kind of got me wishing I would have at least brought one little rod. I could throw a nice big old fat shad daddy right on that point right there. Like I said, I mean, it's probably the beginning. I think today is, if you can't see that, today is the 7th of November. So today's November 7th. I mean, it's pretty warm out here. It's probably 75 degrees if I had to guess. And it's almost the middle of November. So weather's been a little whack here recently. Just 3 days ago, it was 25 degrees, and then it was 30 something degrees. Now it's 75, and I think tomorrow is going to be 79, almost 80. Heck, I might come back and throw me a big old cod, tech, some kind of shad, something over there. That cove over there looks pristine for some hunting, though. I ain't even gonna lie. I ain't even been over there. Anyways, I hope y'all can hear me. I'm using a new microphone. It's like a lapel lavalier type thing. Wireless mic that goes straight to my phone. So hopefully the audio is fine. I'm using a new chest mount strictly for your phone. If you want details on those, just message me or leave a comment. I'm not sure if I'll be able to add a link. It's something that came from the TikTok shop that I am kind of promoting over on TikTok. Always some nice bucks running through here. But this is also a park, a mountain bike park, a hiking trail. This whole, I don't know how many miles it goes, but huge park. What's funny, We were duck hunting over here last year in this blind I was telling you about in the beginning of the video. We were hunting over here in this blind, and across from the lake, there's another blind. It's kind of run down, torn down, and there was some, I don't know if they were on bikes or if they were walking, but there's like a biking trail, walking trail along the side of the lake here, and it goes all the way past the blinds. And we were hunting, we could hear people talking, what sounded like right on top of us, like just right in the woods. And and there was a group of mallards come flying in. Obviously, we ain't gonna pass up on no mallards, so we started taking the mallards. And all of a sudden, you just started hearing them hollering and screaming. I guess they was girls, scared to death. Went running. Sorry, gotta get them greenheads, honey. I don't know if you can tell that. I'm trying not to drop the paddle. That wooden thing right there is for the mountain bike part, which I'm also into. I'm actually about to be getting me a mountain bike, so might see some mountain bike content coming soon, because that looks like a nice trail. Definitely gonna have to check that out. This stuff right here is everywhere. I don't know if y'all can see that in the water. Is everywhere over there by that blind. And I don't know if there used to be some of this in front of the blind, but the way they put the blind is kind of stupid, because we hardly get anything in front of the blind. All the ducks end up behind the blind, where they're feeding off all this stuff right here. And which is another main reason I got this kayak, because there's not really anywhere to set up in a boat over there. And you can possibly put an anchor on this kayak and sit in the water with the layout, or you could just drag it up on the bank and use the layout. And I mean, absolutely smoke them. I probably have a video on my phone of just, I mean, hundreds of ducks just feeding on that stuff back there on the opposite side of the blind. And it was too far for us to even try to go shoot. We tried to sneak over there in the boat, but it was just taking way too long, and they finally just spooked off. But that's definitely one place I'm going to try this year for sure, using this kayak. I'm just paddling along right now. We're probably going to head back to the ramp here in just a minute, and I'll pick y'all up from there and kind of give you another rundown of the kayak and the plans I have for it, the ideas I have for it, and just how I like it. So let's head back to the ramp, and we'll go from there. Really quick before we do go back, I'm going to do a little test here on actually trying to stand up in the kayak, see how it does. I mean, like I said before, I don't typically have a lot of experience standing up in kayaks. I've only had one other kayak, and I certainly didn't stand up in it. So this is, first for me, so it's not like I'm just have the hang of it or nothing like that. I'm just literally testing it straight off the bat here for y'all to see. Because, I mean, sitting down, I don't feel like I would have any issue. But we're just going to test it out and see. This might turn into a comedy show. But, I mean, we might get wet today. But we're just going to try to stand up. And like I said, I mean, I don't have any experience at all standing up in the kayak. I mean, it's definitely, for the first, right off the bat, it's definitely not comfortable. I'm definitely clenching my butt cheeks a little bit tighter than I would. But, I mean, it's perfect. It's still fine. And I'm definitely shaking a little bit, maybe if I even out my feet a little bit different. Might be a different story, but, I mean, I can definitely see myself getting the hang of it pretty quickly, and being able to just comfortably stand up and fish out of it. Because from this point of view, you can definitely see the water a whole lot better, a whole lot more clear if you're using it for fishing. I don't have polarized glasses or on or nothing, and I can still see perfectly fine. I'm sure you all might be able to see the bottom a little bit. I'm just using the phone camera, but I mean, I feel like I could bow fish from this if I got comfortable enough. I've seen plenty of people do that. But yeah, I mean, here I am standing up. Haven't fell in yet. Might jinx myself, but we're getting over here to the edge here, so I'm gonna paddle away here real quick. Oh, a couple of videos saved up I need to post that are kind of exciting. I know this is a real boring video. I'm just testing out this kayak. I absolutely love just coming out here, both alone and with somebody, and just enjoying how beautiful it is out here in East Tennessee. I absolutely love it. There is not a better place I would rather be than sitting here enjoying the mountains of East Tennessee on the water on a 75-degree day. Only thing I forgot was my cold drink in the truck, so that's a little disappointing. But it'll be a nice little reward when I get back. Nice little dooski. Let me know down in the comments what kind of other content you guys would like. I mean, I've got videos saved up from magnet fishing. Like I said, I'll be getting a mountain bike soon. I'll enjoy doing. I know I'll enjoy doing mountain bike videos. That'll be really exciting, an adrenaline rush for sure. I just got the new duck hunting rig. We can fish out of it. We can, heck, if I get comfortable enough standing up, we can bow fish out of it. If you all want to see something like that, I might be more of a comedy show, me embarrassing myself falling in the water. But I mean, heck, we'll go for it if that's what we want to see. Like I said, it's also the middle of November, and it's starting to get cold, and it has been cold actually. For some reason, it's going to be 80 degrees tomorrow, because that's East Tennessee weather for you. And then probably Sunday it might be 3 inches of snow, but you never know. Either way, we're just gonna send it regardless. I mean, there's all kinds of stuff I can do for content, whatever you guys would like to see. Like I said, we now have the new rig, so there'll be some videos, obviously, of this. Videos of me customizing it to myself, to my own liking. And listen, I'm tired of watching videos and seeing comments and hearing people say you shouldn't do this, you shouldn't do that, or you're dumb for putting lights on it, you're dumb for putting interior lights or light strips or navigation lights, or you have a trolling motor, or you're doing this the easy way or the hard way, or yada yada yada. Look, ain't nobody care about any of that, okay? At the end of the day, I'm going to do what makes me happy, okay? If I want to put lights on my kayak, I'm going to put lights on my kayak. You might be able to paddle 15 miles just using your headlamp without an issue. But around here, during duck season, especially opening day, everyone and their mamaw is out at the ramp duck hunting. And I'm not trying to get run over by a boat, because Joe Blow down the street just got his brand new Havoc and is just trying to rip it through the middle of the lake at 2 o'clock in the morning while I'm kayaking. So I'm going to make sure I'm seen. Not only that, it just freaking looks cool, okay? So get over it, Jimmy. I'm sorry that your wife didn't pack you an extra turkey sandwich this morning when you went hunting, okay? But guess what? Ain't no reason to get your panties all in a wad, because Jimmy John has lights on his kayak. If I want to put a big old unicorn horn on the front of this thing and roll around like a western hoop, I will, by God. At the end of the day, moral of the story, just do what makes you happy. Don't listen to what everybody else says you should do or thinks you should do. If you want to do something, just do it. We are endowed by our Creator with certain unalienable rights, and among these are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. Having lights on my kayak makes me happy, Daryl, okay? Shooting ducks in the forehead makes me happy, Karen. Alright, rant over. Let's turn around and head back to the ramp, and we'll go from there. Well, instead of going back to the ramp, I actually just came all the way over here, about 1.5 miles, to the duck blind I was talking about. And here it is. As you can see, I mean, it's just bare. Ain't nothing on it right now. It's not even duck season yet. But yeah, I mean, this is going to be one of the blinds we hunt out of this year, possibly. I mean, like I said, now that I have the kayak, the place I was talking about is right over there. We would be sitting here in this blind, and I mean, there'd be hundreds of ducks just piled up over there, and too far for us to reach. And every time we try to go over there, we just obviously spook them. But now that I have the kayak, I mean, we could just throw a layout on it, and usually they get shallow enough where there's just little pods of islands sitting there. We could either set up on that or set up on the bank. But here it is. I mean, it's beautiful out here. It doesn't get no better than just chilling out here. If you can't tell, I've been standing up in the kayak for probably half of a mile, and I'm so used to it now. I mean, it's not even phasing me. I've been sitting here paddling. I paddle all the way across the lake from a little cove back there over here, just standing up. So I mean, like I said, this is perfectly fine to stand up in. Literally, it took me one time to get used to it, and now I mean, it's nothing. I'm just standing here, not even worried about it. But now let's head back to the ramp, and let's go ahead and throw it in the truck and get it up and out of the water, and I'll pick you guys up there. Well, back to the truck. I did a lot of extra scouting for duck holes that I didn't show on camera. Just boring stuff. But we're finally back. Oh, that was a little rough one. I expected it to drive on up there. All right, well, here we are. Let's get this thing stuck in the truck. And yeah, we'll take her home, get it from there. Well, as you can tell, we're back home. I had to run some errands afterwards to basically just, you know, wasn't able to video the kayak like I had said before it got dark. But obviously had an awesome day on the water today. I think I got really comfortable with it really quick. If you're looking into getting this kind of kayak, I would highly recommend it if you're going to be using it for hunting. If you're using it just fishing, there's probably better options. But if you're just a basic kayaker, maybe you want to take it camping or with the family, or if you use it hunting, I would definitely recommend this. It has tons of room, tons of places for storage, tons of things you can add on to it. And so I would definitely highly recommend it. You're obviously going to see a lot of content coming up with it. So stay forward, look into the next video. If you don't care, please smash the like button. Leave a comment. Let me know what maybe you want to see in the future or next kind of video. Maybe if you have some ideas what I can do to the kayak or what I can do with it. Maybe take a bow fishing, might fall in the water. But just stay tuned to the next video. I've got some more content that I just have to upload. It's already ready. So look forward to hearing from y'all in the comments. Be sure to like. If you haven't already, subscribe. And we'll just go ahead and catch you on the next one.